impossible to happen. Right? Because for a vote to vote, it takes approximately 3 minutes. And if you do the math, it would mean that there were lines of voters till 2 o'clock at night voting all night, and this didn't happen. So we asked them that, look, you have videography taking place, if we ask. They not only refused to give us the videography, they changed the law so that now you're not allowed to ask for the videography. So it's very clear to us that the Election Commission is compromised. It's very clear that there is something very wrong with the system. We've said it, we've said it publicly, I've said it multiple times, I've said it in press conferences.
BJP was quick to corner Rahul on this issue.
राहुल जी अमेरिका में जाके इलेक्शन कमीशन को कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड बताते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि महाराष्ट्र के चुनाव में जिस प्रकार का मतदान हुआ वो एक तरह से फर्जीवाड़ा था। महाराष्ट्र में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को और उनके अलाइज को जीतना नहीं था और कहीं ना कहीं इलेक्शन कमीशन ने हमारे साथ समझौता किया। मैं राहुल जी से पूछना चाहता हूं, राहुल जी झारखंड भी तो उसी समय चुनाव हुआ था, क्या आपने इलेक्शन कमीशन के साथ झारखंड में समझौता किया था? आप एक बार सोरेन जी से पूछिए, क्या उन्होंने समझौता किया था इलेक्शन कमीशन से? प्रियंका वाड्रा उसी चुनाव में जो बाई इलेक्शन हुए थे, उसी समय उसी कालखंड में जो बाई इलेक्शन हुए थे, उस बाई इलेक्शन में वो जीत के सदन में आई पैलेस्टाइन का बैग टांग करके। आप बताइए, क्या प्रियंका वाड्रा ने रॉबर्ट वाड्रा की मध्यस्थता से इलेक्शन कमीशन के साथ कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज किया तभी उसकी जीत हुई, या वो अपने मेहनत पर जीत कर आई? आप ये बताइए कि 240 सीट जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी को विगत लोकसभा 2014 लोकसभा में जब हमें 240 सीट और आपको 99 सीट मिली, तो आपने पूरे देश में और सदन में भी डिंडोरा पीटा कि ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की हार है और ये कांग्रेस पार्टी की जीत है। तो वॉज द इलेक्शन कमीशन कॉम्प्रोमाइज देन? आपने ये जो जश्न मनाया था, क्या हम कॉम्प्रोमाइज थे?
The increase in 2024 between General Assembly elections and state elections is nothing surprising if you consider the increase in voters in 19 in Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand and Delhi. These graphics will play at the side. Let me straight away introduce my guests. I'm joined by Anuja Kapoor, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Advocate Sulaiman Mohammad Khan, spokesperson Congress Party, KV Prasad, senior journalist, and Savio Rodriguez, founder and editor-in-chief, Goa Chronicle. But let me first go to Sulaiman Mohammad Khan. Sir, your party got 99 seats, you have government in Himachal Pradesh, you have government in Telangana, you are in partnership in Jharkhand, you have government in Karnataka. Isn't it a bit rich that the state where you lose, election commission has no credibility and neutrality, and the state where you form the government, they perform a good job, sir?
So Karthike, if we are saying that election commission is compromised or the elections are manipulated, to say this thing, we have to first lose elections everywhere. This is what the narrative has been floated, because you have one Jharkhand, you have one Himachal, Karnataka or Telangana. Therefore, now you cannot talk about how 65 lakh voters have been added in Maharashtra after 5:30 p.m. One, you cannot say how in 5 months from June 2024 to November 24, the same number of voters, 40 or 44 lakh, have been added, which were added in past 5 years from 19 to 24. Third, we cannot say this, to question this, we cannot say this because a policeman has come and said, and he's showing his mobile phone about the payments, and he's saying that 10 lakh rupees were paid to me to change the EVMs. Where is he? Cases being filed against him. So all these questions we are asking. And one more thing, the number of adults which are living in Maharashtra have actually outnumbered, number of voters have outnumbered the number of living adults in Maharashtra. So these are questions which we have been asking, and very pertinently, we have been questioning the election commission. Karthike, I don't understand why the BJP get defensive when we question the election commission. It is the work of the election commission to answer to us. It's not if BJP is, defensive or unsettling because of our question, then they have a lot to explain. And then further substantiate our claim that the election commission is being biased to the advantage of the BJP and against the opposition parties. Two things we have been saying again and again. Why don't the election commission, the appointment of election commissioner and election commissioners and chief election commissioners be done by a panel of the Chief Justice of India, the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition? Why it's being done by the Prime Minister, a cabinet minister in his cabinet and the leader of opposition? I know that the question will come that the same situation was there was an interim arrangement by the Supreme Court. But when we are raising this question, why don't we have this arrangement for a neutrality? One. Second point which we are saying.
I'll come back to you. Let other people, Suleiman, I'll come back to you. Let other people have the opening comment. Anuja, your opening comment on this. Rao.
Jai Shri Ram, I would only ask the Congress spokesperson, please explain Rahul Gandhi as a leadership. Why did he fail as a leader person? Why 2014 Lok Sabha seats were only 44? Worst ever performance under Rahul Gandhi. 2019 Lok Sabha, he lost Amethi. Assembly election 2020, Congress failed 5% below. 2021 Assembly election defeated Assam, West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry. Oh my God. Congress, Rahul Gandhi has to resign in 2019, July. Oh, Delhi Assembly, what happened in Congress? 2015, 2020, 2025. Yeah, you have to ask me. What about A.K. Anthony report? He was your person, right? No? You didn't allow him? Threw his report in the dustbin? Ah, national arid case. Yes. Are you bringing a toolkit in India against Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi so that they both have a comfortable walk in India? That is what you're trying to do? Oh, what happened to the constitution? Is it written that you can be an anti-national person? Is it written in the constitution? In the red book? Is it written? No, it is not written. What about you people? You had ED and CBI under you as a cage parrot in Supreme Court. You asked the same questions out there. Jharkhand was the same thing what Kartikeya just said. Kartikeya told that in Jharkhand you won. What about the other Telangana and Karnataka and I think in Karnataka, in Himachal? What about? But no, that is the time when you will try to play George Soros is going to be in town. Yeah, you're talking about it. I would like to ask you one more thing. Why India and US are undertaking significant strengths to bilateral relationships? Even when Rahul Gandhi is crying foul out there, we are defense, technology and strategic cooperation. When you talk about UK, we are already about to finalize with the FTA. The people outside India are investing in India. We are a trillion economy. What happened in your time? 11? On December 3rd, 2024, did Election Commission of India ask you to come and clarify? The same thing happened in Haryana. 1642 pages were given to Mallikarjun Kharge when he started. Oh my God, Haryana, something has happened. This happened? So what is it that Congress is shying off? Don't you think you should change your Rahul Gandhi, the incompetent, compromised person who does not even know, is he a citizen of India or not? The Supreme Court is even asking.
Anuja ji.
Who is he?
Anuja ji. My simple request is, he is leader of opposition, elected representatives. At least we can show that courtesy, sir. Madam.
Yeah, sure.
We need to show that courtesy, madam. I hold no brief for Suleiman, I hold no brief for political party. I hold no brief. But I think there has to be some sort of a model. You can pillory Congress party, I don't care.
Did I give him that name which people call him? Did I say that?
Whatever it is, that is for the politicians. This is a TV show. Madam, this is a TV show and you are a respected guest. Savio.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Yes. Go ahead, Kartikeya.
You know, what is the issue? Is the issue not winning Maharashtra, losing the momentum? Or is the issue losing the larger credibility of election commission that organizes elections in this country, or is the issue that India has been a successful nation, a colonial history, who has been able to run one election to another, barring 75 to 77, which is so unlike Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia. We are actually an oasis in that despotic cesspool, isn't that? And we are questioning the credibility of an institution which has done a very good job.
Look, Kartikeya, I have no issues with what Rahul Gandhi has as far as the election commission is concerned, or what even the Congress has. That is within their purview to have opinions and to have questions that they want to raise. The real concern I have is I don't understand how does talking about it in the United States going to solve the problem that they have raised about the institution in India. Now, you have been raising it and they have been raising it in India, and I understand that. And that's fine. That's their opinion.
I think it's bad politics, you know. I know it's bad politics.
But I just don't understand what is US going to do about it. How is the United States or the members who attended that program in Boston, wherever we made these comments, is going to make any difference to the reality of the problem which they claim is a problem in India? It is not that Trump is going to pick up the phone and call Modi and say, listen, Modi, Rahul Gandhi came in Boston and said, you guys, your election commission is compromised. Can you do something about it? Because, you know, Rahul Gandhi is very entertaining. We ought to keep him, continue to be entertaining. That's not going to happen, right? The problem is an India problem. The problem has to be solved in India. There are means in which these problems can be solved in India. That's why you have a Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has been abreast of these information. Why does Rahul Gandhi need to take it abroad is where I have a concern. You might hate the institutions, you might claim the institutions have been controlled by the government. In Congress time, opposition claimed that the institutions were also controlled by the Congress. But the fact of the matter is the solution is not going to be in the US. Neither is the US, the people of the United States, nor the authorities in the United States going to do anything.
But you know, Savio, if you even look at the data, the numbers have always increased. If you look at the election in 2004 and the subsequent elections that took place in Maharashtra, the numbers went up. The Congress came back to power in the state. In 2009, it has also happened. I don't have the bandwidth to put the entire data, but the data shows that it's part and parcel of election rhythm. It's not unusual. I'm also joined by KV Prasad. KV, you know, why is this issue being raked up again and again when the optics is bad, the politics is bad? Why does this issue get raked up? You have covered Congress party for a pretty long time. Can you just tell me why does this find mention when it's abroad?
Well, that's something the Congress party will have to really look into. Why is it raising it when Congress president, former Congress president is traveling overseas? Number one. But I see a slightly different point here. Today, in the way we are in a globalized world, whatever has been said in India also travels abroad, or whatever said abroad travels India. I think Rahul Gandhi, if I understand whatever news reports did surface, said this to an audience largely comprising Indian Americans. Surely, Indian Americans are not going to make any difference to our way of thinking, just as it's the Indians who decide who they vote for. It is the Indian electorate will decide the kind of government it will elect. So that there's no question. But why he does it before an audience? I don't think he has raised it in a bilateral meeting with the American president, or first of all, he has not met the American president. For that matter, any American political leadership. If he has raised it with the American political leadership, there is certainly a problem. I think he has probably, with whatever news reports I have perused, he has talked about in a community which is Indian origin or has connects to India. So that's a different way in which I look at it as a journalist. Surely, why does he do it every time he goes abroad? Well, I don't know. The answers that he gets in India are not being perused properly. The Election Commission responses, and of course, we have a Congress spokesperson on the panel who would be in a better position to explain the question you directed at me, Kartikeya.
But you know, okay, I know there were a lot of questions that Anuja has, Suleiman, and I know whatever I'll ask of Mohammed, the first response will be of what Anuja has asked of Suleiman. My proposition is simple. If Election Commission of India is doing a job which is shoddy in nature, the matter could have been taken in the court. The matter would have definitely found some resonance in the court. Look at Sanjeev Khanna's case. Entire 50 cases are being reheard. 50 cases, unprecedented. Nothing of that such thing has happened. The whole matter could have gone to the court. You are an advocate. But nothing of such thing has happened, sir.
So Karthike, issues, how this is being done. First of all, the appointment, and second of all, this litigation even went to Supreme Court, few months ago or a year ago. So all the data which has been provided by the Election Commission has been placed on record. These are not, issues which can be easily adjudicated in a writ petition. The same has happened in Rafale writ petition. It's a 32 petition. These are issues which needs to be investigated in a manner that it should have been a minute.
Who's going to investigate it, Mohammed? Who's going to investigate it?
That's what I am saying. The only thing which is, required for Election Commission to come clean is that the whole opposition parties are saying, whole bunch of opposition parties are saying that the Election Commission is not unbiased, it's biased towards the BJP. Why are you doing election by EVM? Why the appointment of the election commissioners are being done where the ruling party or the Prime Minister is completely dominant to appoint the election commissioner and chief election commissioners. Last point, election commissioners. Now, it is enough if the opposition parties raises doubts, it is enough for the election commission to come clean on this, or at least say, okay, we'll have a neutral body. The Prime Minister should come and say, okay,
let me put this question to you, sir. Let me put this question to you, sir. A former election commission went on to join the Congress party and went on to become the Minister of State, sir. He served as the sports minister till he was dismissed for not being able to complete it before the Commonwealth Games. It's not the first time that osmosis between bureaucracy and the government has taken place, if you are referring to that.
Don't talk about post-retirement appointments. There are people.
He was an election commissioner, sir. He was an election commissioner.
Why? Because you are only questioning about election commissioners. There are appointments which are being made in 11 months, which are quite serious and point towards quid pro quo very directly. You know it, Karthike. I don't want to say. There are judges who have been appointed. How the things have been, And Arun Jaitley has that famous speech of the Parliament that the pre-retirement judgments, the post-retirement jobs influence the pre-retirement judgments. But he forgot after 2014. He's at a good place right now. But from 14 to 19, he completely forgot that there should be a cooling off period. I don't want to get into it. My only request is what the other journalist was saying, that Rahul Gandhi is saying in the US or the foreign soil. That is what I was about to say. Now with this, electronic world and this social media, anything you say in India or in America or in England or in China, it's all connected. Speaking to Indian diaspora in US, not to other people. Anything which you say here, I say here, it's all watched everywhere.
That is a different thing, sir. I beg to differ with you. He's talking about a flawed democratic process. He's saying that our electoral process is not in place. That's not a small deal, sir. Yeah, that's not a small deal, sir. See, anything can said in India or Delhi will go abroad. But Mohammed, to go abroad and say that the electoral process is flawed in India, as an Indian, you are telling me that are we Turkey? Do we have an Erdogan at play? We don't have electoral processes and system. That's the point I'm trying to make, sir.
Did you see that mayor election of Chandigarh? Was it right? What election commission was doing? Did you see 5 December 2022 Rampur assembly election, by-election to Rampur assembly seat? I am the eyewitness. Police did not allow, the administration did not allow us to vote, thousands and thousands of voters. These are instances. Why I say this every time, Karthike? I've said this on your show, I think for the third time I am saying this about Rampur election, where the election was manipulated. Why I say this? Because Rampur, 5th of December 2022 was a test case. This
No,
is going to
I
happen
disagree with you,
everywhere.
sir. N.T. Rama Rao in 1980 was made to wait for 1 month by Rajiv Gandhi government, and he could not take oath as the chief minister. Did he go to Houston or United States of America or Washington to do a press conference? He fought it out in the Indian courts here. He fought it out here. My point is very, very simple. I'll come to Savio. I'll come to you, Anuja.
I have to show you. I have to
Yes,
show
I
you a
would
video of
quickly ask-
Narendra
I would-
Modi
sir,
ji
sir,
saying,
Congress-
all bad
Congress
things.
spokesperson.
Just one last
Sir.
thing. Let me finish. I have a video. I don't want to run, but Karthik and everyone knows what Mr. Modi has said about our country at different countries, China, America, Korea, etc. कहाँ से पैदा हो गया भारत में, नसीब ही खराब था, corrupt India. He has said all bad things. What Rahul Gandhi is saying is questioning a constitutional authority before Indian people who are there and living in America.
Okay.
So this is our responsibility. We are not playing jokes here. It's serious and it should
Sir,
be dealt with.
responsibility. Sir, I think the domestic issues and national security issues and issues which have to do with the systems in India which govern have to be raised domestically, sir.
No, but
You cannot
who is-
internationalize
is
those
Election
issues.
Commission
India is not
addressing this
a
issue?
banana
Is
republic,
Election
sir.
Commission
India is not a banana republic, sir. Anyway, India is not a banana republic. That's my position, Anuja, to you. India is not a banana
You are
republic.
the culprit and you are
So
the
I
judge.
would just,
Why will you
sir, please now.
You can go to the-
now,
Anuja,
now,
to you.
let me
You are the
allow me,
judge.
allow me.
How can
you correct
it?
Sir, allow me
Anuja,
now.
quickly.
No,
Anuja.
Suleiman ji.
Anuja.
Yeah, Suleiman ji.
Anuja.
Yeah, I would just only say that he has gone to the country where the president of that country, Donald Trump, hailed and lauded Indian electoral system and India voter registration. He went there and cried foul where the American president only said that I'm lauding that how Indian electoral system being such a largest democratic country and that Indian voter registration was being lauded. Form number 17C, the Election Commission has categorically said that it is unlikely to alter the actual voter turnout percentage as the statutory form 17C giving details of voter turnout is available with the authorized agents of the candidates at the polling station at the time of close of poll. How is this different? When they win in Karnataka, do you see BJP going for Jharkhand, for Karnataka, for Himachal, for Telangana in votes? Did we ask you? Did we say anything outside any country? Do you think what kind of an image you are putting forward? The vice president of America is here. You know for what? They are trying to take India forward with them. And this is the problem with the Congress. ना खुद जीते हैं, ना दूसरे को जीने देते हैं, ना आज तक वो खुद जिए हैं वो जिंदगी, ना वो चाहते हैं कि कोई दूसरा जिए. And this is what is happening up.
This is a bit on the top.
And the votes counted. This is where.
Anuja, I think I need to. Okay, your point taken. You said it very loudly. You said it very strongly. Savio, you wanted to make a point. Yes, these are the visuals from. Yes, these are the visuals. Savio.
About the American president.
What I primarily want to tell my learned friend from the Congress, if you allow me that courtesy,
yes,
what
Savio,
I
please go ahead.
basically want to say is that at the end of the day, the problem, whatever they allege, is an Indian problem. The solution to that problem also lies in India. Now, going abroad, talking to the Indian diaspora, who could be American citizens out there, has no impact to whatever you're saying. It is only talking point, and at the end of the day, it's basically a foot in the mouth disease of Rahul Gandhi on foreign soil. If there is a concern of an institution in India, the solution or the correction of that process happens within the systems in India, not outside of India, irrespective who he's talking to. So that's where the problem is. Nobody is saying that Rahul Gandhi does not have a right to raise his concern or the Congress. What is it that he plans to achieve by it? The intent is not to correct. The intent is to raise questions about the democratic processes in India. And that's where the problem is.
Or Mr. Prasad, a lot of people say that a political party should not project the image that it's cribbing all the time. Should not be in that zone in which it says this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. I think Tharoor said in the recent Ahmedabad meeting that we should reclaim certain things Like he spoke on nationalism in that meeting, he spoke about patriotism. Do you think that's where fundamentally issues are going towards?
Well, I think, Karthik, if you look at what happened at Ahmedabad, there's not been a very good commentary on what actually happened in Ahmedabad. People have commented that there was not an honest introspection the Congress party should have undertaken at a juncture like this. So that's many of us who reported party and the party Congress came to the conclusion that it was more of a grandstanding on certain issues. How does the party look itself as a political problem? How is it going to solve a political issue? I think maybe just thinking aloud, probably what Savio said was what made me think. I think what Rahul Gandhi is trying to do, which I don't say is correct, but certainly he's trying to do is try to create a political impression on a segment of the society, the Indian Americans and the non-resident Indian Americans who constitute a fairly large chunk of support base across political parties, agreed, but largely to the BJP. This could be a political plank that he's using. As I say,
Mr. Prasad, where I disagree, what's my take? I do not like this idea of stolen election. One thing which makes me really proud as an Indian, Mr. Prasad, is that we have a democratic structure which is unparalleled.
I agree.
Yes, complete your point, Prasad. Complete your point.
I'm not disagreeing. I also made a caveat that I don't see a point that he's making is correct. No, I didn't say that. I only said to what Savio said is made me think probably he's playing a political card. Is it correct? Not correct is not what I went. I did not give any certificate that he's doing the right thing or wrong thing. I, as a journalist, as an observer, I leave the conclusions to politicians. This is not my job to draw conclusions.
I've really run short of time. It's time for me to put my take on the table. 30 seconds, Mohammed. 30 seconds. 30 seconds means 30 seconds.
Director of the Tulsi Gabbard, the director of the American National Intelligence, because the BJP spokesperson was quoting the president, she said that on 12th of April, 10 days ago, 9 days ago, that EVMs and the entire procedure can be hacked. The believability of the entire process under a serious cloud of doubts and other things. Why Election Commission has not replied to it?
No, Tulsi Gabbard is no expert on Indian political system. So that's number one. Secondly, Tulsi Gabbard is not the word. She's not the god here. Second thing, let me complete now. Second thing, the whole idea that the Congress wants to implant that the elections are stolen is wrong. Because elections if the elections are stolen, you go to the court. You go to the court, sir. You go to the court. You go to the court. You go to the judge. The Waqf has gone to the court. Waqf have gone to the court. The CCA has gone to the court. The Congress should go to the court instead of planting the idea that the democracy is stolen in this country is a disservice. What Congress should learn to do is to fight elections. If you can win elections, if Prime Minister's lead can come down in Banaras, if Samajwadi Party can win Ayodhya, it means that something has happened on the ground. I think the Congress, instead of capitalizing on what it did in 2024, lost the momentum because of infighting in Haryana and a bad preparation in Maharashtra. But to blame it on Election Commission and then to talk about it in the United States of America is an incorrect, inappropriate thing to do. So this was on point 2. Now let's look at on point 3. And on point 3 is on Ramban. And there's a mayhem which took place at Ramban. It tells us about climate change. It tells us about vulnerability of the Himalayan ecosystem. It tells us about what are we doing with our mountains. The roads have been washed away. The mountains have been washed away. The flash floods, though, were triggered by cloudbursts, killed 3 people, reduced homes, businesses, vehicles and sections of the national highway into a pile of rubble. Several vehicles buried under tons of debris, mud and stones were swept away by the river. Deputy Commissioner of Ramban, Basir Chaudhary, confirmed 2 minors and elderly residents were killed in the flash flood. More than 200 houses were damaged. Over 100 people had to be rescued. Look at these visuals. It tells us that we have to be more concerned about the way mountains are to be dealt with. We need to pay more respect to the Himalayas. We need to be more careful about the way climate is changing. We need to construct less, build less in mountains. We need to take care of the nature, because nature has a way of getting back at people. And this is the story of nature getting back. So this was 1.3. I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Good night.
I need expert